Good evening. It's Wednesday, I know. So tonight we are just going to play. I've got an idea. I've still not got myself a new journal. So I've taken a page out of another journal that I'm going to work on. And like I say, I've got an idea. Not sure if it'll work, but we'll give it a go. I've actually got stamps ready and I've got a few bits. So that is my idea for tonight. Just go for it. Yeah. And see what happens. Good evening, Suzanne. So yeah, I'll apologise now if I'm shouting. We had a music recycle thing at school this morning and it was lovely. Ed's class have been doing ukuleles. The other class have been doing trumpets. So my ears haven't quite been right since this morning. Evening, Maxine. So I've got no volume control. I can't tell if I'm shouting or not. But there you go. We've got joys of trumpets come after half term because apparently they're swapping. The trumpets are getting ukuleles. And oh, yeah, I know. Not looking to that. Look forward to that one. Oh, Suzanne keeps losing internet. Oh no, that's not good. Right, should we get going and have a go? So, that's the one I want. Right, so, like I say, I've got a page out of a journal in front of me. I know, look at me looking forward to them. That trumpet. Whew, ukulele was bad enough. So I've got a page out of a journal. I've got some washi tape ready and I've got some scrap card. I'll show you the stamps I've picked out. We might end up getting some more because you know what I'm like, I'll change my mind far too often and it'll end up looking nothing like I've got planned. So I've got a lovely hexagon texture frame and I've got our simple flowers from our advent calendar from Christmas. So they're the two I'm thinking. Yeah, something like that. But I want to play with the background first. I have got my texture stamp sat right next to me as well, so we will be using more of them. So I'm going to start off with my washi tape. I want to create a bit of a background on this piece. I've broke my nail, I've got no chance. So I'm going to take my washi tape. I'm just going to pop it on my jumper. I've got a nice fluffy jumper to take a lot of the stick off it because I don't want it to rip my paper when it comes back on. Yep, so I'm just going to make a bit of a frame around here. That should be more than long enough. So again, I'm just popping it on my jumper to take some of the stick away. This is where you were. So yeah, that was way longer than I needed it to be. I'm just creating a little frame. I want to create a bit of an interesting background. I'm going to use that piece and it's just going to go randomly. So it can go there. Let's turn this around. Oops. Stuck to my desk. There we go. That's more like it, isn't it? Let's get these pieces sized properly as we do it. There we go. That one can go there. Then I'm going to pop one down the edge. Yeah, really didn't think it through. I broke my big thumbnail. You know, the one that you use all the time. I'm going to put this down. I've got a perforated edge on my journal, so I'm going to pop it down there like that. I'm just going to mask a bit more off. Evening, Mum. Pop that on there as well. So I'm going to town with my masking tape, my washi tape, whatever you've got. Right, now, so that was the boring bit. Let's start putting a few more bits and pieces on here. So I'm just going to take random strips and I want to make interesting shapes for my background. Oops, a daisy. There you go, I ran that one out already. Good job I got two. I think it's because I do such long strips, isn't it? Let's put that like that. I've got this lovely blue colour. And don't worry about your washi tape because eventually we're going to take it all off. I know it seems a bit wasteful, but it should make the most amazing background, is my hope. I'm just making random patterns in the background. can't remember the name of there's a very famous artist. Nope, don't like that look. That's just not interesting at all. We're going to get a big area with nothing on it. I'll put that there. I've got this little piece. Let's put that there. I've done it there as well, so let's take that bit off and just move it. Oh, see, that's why I put it on my jumper. Oh, not good. It's already chuffing up my paper. I need to pop it on my jumper a bit more. There you go, you can see I've just messed up my paper there. I'm going to be really careful when we take this off in a minute then. There we go, that's better. Now I've not got any little overlaps. Gaps are good. Big blocks where we're not going to have any colour, not so good. If that makes sense. It does in my head. That's that one. I think I just want to do something coming down there, and then we're good to go with this. That should be enough. You can use the back of your hand as well if you wanted to. I just thought I'd use my fluffy jumper. There we go. Probably takes off more actually than using the back of your hand. Pop it somewhere like that, I think. Right, so you can see I've got my masking tape, not masking tape, washi tape. Well, it is masking tape, isn't it? Posh masking tape everywhere. And I'm just going to grab my brush out. Now I could just sprinkle my brush out on and spritz it. I don't want it. I want a bit more like watercolour effect. Yeah, I don't want the pow colour of brush out, if that makes sense. I just want a nice watery background. So I'm going to pop some on my desk. See, I have got a picture in my head of what I want this to look like. We will see. I'm just going to go in quite pale to begin with. I picked up turquoise. So I'm just going to come in. Oh, I've got a big blob of brush stuck right at the end of my brush. I want it quite watery. Could have done more different colours as well, couldn't I? Never thought of doing that. Now it's either going to be a flop tonight, or it's going to work really, really well and it'll be like, ooh, I'll have to do that again. I'll keep turning it round. I'm trying to brush on from my washi tape. I keep calling it masking tape, I do apologise. My posh tape. Just like that. Again, I never even thought we could have done this all different colours. I'm going to keep going, adding to it. You see, I'm not even being that fussy about me my painting. I'm making sure I get all the edges, don't get me wrong there, but I'm not making sure I get all my bits in it, because we're going to start coming back over now and start adding a few more bits in. Loving the different patterns we're getting on the brush. Do you have to be careful? Can we journal page is getting a wee bit soggy. That's alright, because we can dry it off in a minute. Yeah, I think that's okay. You know, I'm itching to take the masking tape off. No, it's got to stay on for a little bit yet. So I'm just now, you can see I'm picking up water now. So any of these bits that look like I've missed, just going back in. Make it look a bit more interesting. Just get a little bit of more concentrated brush out. Ooh, not that concentrated though. You knew that was going to come nice, didn't you? Yeah. I want it concentrated, but not that concentrated. I feel like a window, like a stained glass window. Right, I'm not going to do any more with that because it is getting a bit soaking. Now I've got dilemma now. I can either leave that to one side and let it dry naturally, or we can chance heating it with a drying it off with the whatchamacallit heat gun. It's a decision time. I'm just going to clean my brush away, I think. Are we going to chance it or not? We've not done much on it yet, have we? So if we have to start again, we can do. Right. There we go, nice clean paintbrush for later. I think we will. My problem is I'm too impatient, aren't I? I just want to get crafting. Not very patient at all. Let me move that back over there. So I'm just going to very gently and from very far away. I know I've left that brush over there. There is a reason for it. Either going to melt my glue so my tape comes off easier, or it's going to melt my glue and make it like cement so the tape doesn't want to come off at all. Oh, I think it might be going. I see it's starting to buckle a little bit, so it might be releasing the tape a bit. Which is kind of what we want. So I'm not going to do too much more with that. So yeah, should be dry enough. So I've said I've got this one, but I think that I want a bit more interest on this. I was just going to take my tape off and stamp that one. I'm not. I want a little bit more interest on this backing. So I'm going to grab. No, I shouldn't really put things on top. Just move that to one side. Right, I go rooting in my box. So, oh, you're not a texture stamp, are you, dear? I'll just be grateful it's in a box. There we go. So I'm just having a quick look through my texture stamps that are in the right place and in their box. I think I'm not going to go with one out of there. I know after all that I'm going to go with the one that I know is not in its box. I'm going to grab this one. This is the circles one. There we go. So I'm going to pop that to one side. And I'm going to grab myself a stamping block. It's still full of stamps from weekend. Not had a chance to take them off yet. There we go. Nearly. So I'm going to pop that on there. And now this is where this brush is going to come in. I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. And we're just going to make it a nice ink. So if you like stamping with, if you've got sprays or anything like that, anything that's liquid that you want to be able to stamp with, pop it on your desk and then pick it up onto your stamp. Don't spray your stamp because you'll end up with like big puddles of ink on there. Pop it onto your desk just like that, and then you can stamp with your liquid, whether it's paint, sprays, anything. This will work for it. Just like that. And can you see I'm just breaking up that background? I know I'm getting carried away. I'm going to do a few, but it's looking quite nice, isn't it? Remember, this is just the background. I don't have to worry too much about this. Yeah, you can see I'm thinking, I've got my thinking fingers on, haven't I? I think I quite like that. You can see I'm itching to go back in. No, nope, we're going to leave it as it is. I'm going less is more. Oh, I've got a brush show everywhere already. So I'm just going to wipe my stamp off. It probably needs a clean because I can see a little bit of raw brush show still on that. Oops. I'm going to pop that down over there. I'm just going to clean this desk up a bit. And then I think we'll take some of this masking off. Unless I want to put something else in the background before we do. Ooh, decisions. Do I want to put something else in that background? I think I am. Might as well, in for a penny, in for a pound. So this one's been, I've been sat looking at this one. This one came in our advent calendar, I think it was 2 years ago. Might have been the first advent calendar we did. And it was a long time ago. Yeah, been there a while. We've been around a while. So I'm just going to pop it on. It's an alphabeti spaghetti, or alphabet one. And it's a bit of smoky grey. Look, all my colours are on my desk. It's like it's telling me yes. Go for it. Ooh. Let's go here. There we go, let's pop another one in. So I'm literally just using up the ink on my stamp. So first, second, third generation, might even get a fourth generation on that. Look at that. So I did have to press a bit harder on that fourth generation. Pop in there. Just remember though, I've got, like I say, I've got my posh masking tape on here. Yep. So when you're stamping, you've got that little ridge. Yes, you won't go right up to the line is what I'm trying to say. I think. Yes, I know the stamps are rather ratty looking. It should be fine. So I'm thinking we'll come in with it that way first. A bit down here. I think it's going to go up there as well. Should it go down there? Yeah, I'm going to leave it as is for the moment. I might just use bits of that stamp actually. Let's put that back on there. And whilst I've got it, I'm going to throw it in my texture box, or next to my texture box. and then moment of truth. Is this going to have worked or not? I'm going to start off with the easier ones. And then I had a bit of a scare then. There we go. Just start peeling it back nice and slowly. Probably took me longer to put the tape on than we've actually spent using it when it's on. There we go. Let's get this one off. I think this is the very first piece I put on. Oh no, I'm going for sound effects, I do apologise. I've got Mamma Mia going around in my brain because that's what the trumpet's last song was this morning. Oof, that did hurt. And We Will Rock You. I've never heard a trumpet play We Will Rock You before, but it was an interesting morning. But the little ones had fun, and that was the main thing. Right, so come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank you. It's actually quite relaxing. It's looking quite cool though, isn't it? I would, next time I do it, because I quite like this effect, so I am doing this again. I would just spend a bit longer getting some more of the stick off my masking tape. But that's me, I've not used this washi tape in a while, so I can't remember how sticky it was. It's good if you're using it on your finished projects, because it's not going to come off, is it? But that's the opposite problem. We want it to come off in this case. There we go. Oh, I'll leave that bit there for now. We'll come back to that little issue in a minute. There we go, right, we're nearly there. Except if it looks a right mess, doesn't it? Not honestly. It'll all come good in a minute. I wouldn't recommend grabbing a sip of your tea just at the moment because it could go terribly wrong at any minute. You could end up giggling. And I wouldn't want you to spill your tea. Or coffee, or whatever you're drinking. Ooh. It was the other one anyway, wasn't it? Oops. I'd done it then. That was the bit I chuffed up before. I've lost track of where all my tape is now. Just going for it. It'll be fine. And if it's not, it's not. It's not the end, is it? Right, this is where I need to be a little bit careful. Bop, bop, bop. Come on. There we go. Survived. I thought I was going to take all of that off then. Didn't. It's going to bug me the name of the artist that did this. Obviously not with Brush Owen. We're talking a long time ago. Used to use really big bright colours. There we go. How cool does that look? Yeah. And then let's just take this last little bit off. Oh, it's only my binding there, so alright. Dink, 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 dink. There we go. Last bit. Last bit. Looks like I've got a spaghetti monster next to me. There we go. Right, I took a load of paper off that last little bit. How cool is that? I really like that. I wasn't expecting it to come out as cool. Yay! Right. Oh, it's the little things, isn't it, that get me excited. So, oh, this has got a bit of gunk on the back of it. It is brilliant, isn't it, Maxine? Thank you. You can tell I'm all chuffed about it. I've been sat there thinking about it. I suppose you could use a stencil for it, but it's just masking tape and a bit of... But I've got a nice frame, haven't I? Got a nice base, a nice frame now. And you always get masking tape, not masking tape, washi tape. Gotta stop calling it masking tape. You always get washi tape you don't like in, you know, when you buy the sets or the packs of it. So you're always gonna have washi tape. I've got a orange that I could have used there. Just spied it on my desk. Right, I think this might stick. Needs a clean. So I'm gonna go black. I know I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna go black straight away on here. And we're gonna have our I can't remember what this one's called, texture hexagon frame, something like that. It's really cool, whatever it's called. Make sure it's the right way up. It has got some letters on it, you just want to make sure are the right way up, that way. And we're going to come in over it. Might only do a little bit actually. I was going to do quite a big splodge of it, but I think I'm just going to do a little bit. I know, I've got it all over my desk again. Then I think I'm going to come in on this side. I'm not worrying about the binding now. And we're going to pop one there. Just like that. Whoops. And see if I'm right for not cleaning my stamps when I use them. I'm going to poke this one on the edge. I could have left that masking on, I suppose, if I wanted to be picky. I'm just giving it a good press. I've got quite a textured journal page, so I'm just giving it that little extra press. It's got a bit of, it could have a bit of the residue left from our washi tape. I like to think then I've got the right word. So I'm just giving it that little bit of an extra press as I go. Looks a bit stark this, doesn't it? So we're going to have to do a little bit of sawing it out, knocking it back a little bit, because I don't normally go straight to black, do I? Look at that. I said look at that and then I moved it out of shot, sorry. Just want to get this off my desk. There we go. And then you'll notice I'm leaving that gap in the middle because I do want to do that lovely flower in the middle. Not sure which one of the flowers, but we'll use one of them. Just making sure it's all dry. I can dry the whole thing now properly, can't I? Imagine doing that and then doodling around the edges. Oh, that'll be fun. Or just a little patch of it. Oh, I'm thinking now. I'm just making sure it's nice and dry. I just want to do something with our honeycombs. So, good old faithful is coming out, good old gamboge. Because we can't craft without a bit of gamboge, can we? There we go. They were saying, no, you can't. He didn't want to come out and play today. And I'm going to cheat, I'm going to use a nice fat brush. Not quite that fat, a bit thinner, maybe that one. I think. I just want to go quite pale to begin with. Just add a little bit of colour. Oh, that's not pale. Now remember, it's brusho. So wherever we hit the brusho that's already down, it's going to reactivate. Yep. So you're going to get yellow and blue, so you're going to get a green. But that's okay. The idea is we want to pull this lovely little honeycomb, our hexagons up to the top. I know I'm really putting this journal page through its paces, aren't I? It's been sopping once and it's going to be sopping again because I'm going very, very watery with this. I don't know if you can see. Let me check. Oh, you can see. I was going to say it's very watery. And this journal does like to just soak it up. Oops, that's too yellow. I'm going to add a little bit. There we go, and then we're going to start on our next one. I'm just going to keep going. Just going to add a bit more water because I couldn't quite see how much of a puddle I had left. There we go, and then I'm just going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to take some more concentrated brush out and just add it in to give us a little bit of shading, a little bit of highlight even. Just give the honeycombs a bit more of a depth to them. There we go. That's our last few up in this top corner. Quite liking this as a background. To be fair, you could have just whacked a greeting on it, couldn't you? Right, I'm going to paint that bit down. Nothing to see there. I did not rip the page at all. You'd have to know where to look to get the bits that I've ripped, to be fair. Let's just get a bit more concentrated stuff. Ooh, that's concentrated. Nice thing about Brusho, it forgives you. Just go back in with a bit more water. See? Oof. He's having a moment then. go. Right. So all I'm going to do, yeah, doesn't look too bad, does it? I'm going to add a bit more water to this because we're going to do a bit of splatting. Because at the moment I've got a blue and then I've got our yellow layer. So I'm just going to join the two up by just adding just a little bit of the yellow as a splatter. I'm loving that blue coming through from the background though. Whoop. Getting carried away now. Stop. Stop, girl. Right, that's it. Stop. Put the paintbrush down. That sounded like the Pikachu movie then, didn't it? Put the stapler down. Right, there we go. I'm turning everything purple. Blue even. So, I'm going to give this a quick dry. I think it needs just a little bit, ooh, croaky, a little bit of charcoal pencil, and then I'm not going to do any more on this background because I think he's looking pretty cool. I was going to do a really big panel to go with our flower, but I'm not wanting to hide as much of my background now. I think I'll do a smaller panel. There we go, we're nearly dry. Do you think we need to do that again and just doodle around them? I think that would look rather nice. Yep, we're dry. So there you go, there's our background. Now, you know I want to use our big flower on there. So we're going to have one of these fellas on there. Aren't you spiky Mikey? I think we will. I think we'll use that one. And I wanted to do, where's it gone? A bit of a panel in the background, but we're going to lose all of that lovely background. So I'm going to cut this piece down so it's slightly smaller. Yeah. Oh, you can hear the cogs turning tonight, can't you? Let me grab my little chomper. There it is. Just really look before I start going to grab that. I really don't want to take away too much of that background. So at the moment, if we look at this, we've got, I think I might do that way. Let's go to do that. I kind of, if I did it down in the corner, oh, here we go, here we go. Penny's just dropped, and pop that over the top of it. Yeah, and we still get all this loveliness in the background that you can see. Yep, I think so. Right, I'm going to leave them as they are. So let's move that to one side, and then we're going to work on these two little scraps. Now, I wanted to do, where's me, that one gone? Oh, it's got brush on it, hasn't it? Never mind. I'm like, the reason I keep coming back to the circle, yeah, is everything so far, if you look, it's very linear. Yeah, so we've got very straight, and then we've got this lovely curve in the background. So I've got the curve in the background. I'm thinking of pulling it onto our little patches of our little piece of the card. Yeah, so it will look different because it's not got those lovely straight edges. Yeah, hope that made sense. It didn't. It does in my head. So I'm going to use this one again. I just need to give it a quick clean because I can see it's got brush on it, and I don't want to add brush to my black ink pad because that could be a bit of a problem, couldn't it? See, I told you I had brush left on it. Got most of it off, but it's that little bit of raw brush out went everywhere. And I've just put it all over my little pieces. I could have used patterned paper. No, I've started these now, so I've cut this piece up. We might as well carry on using it, haven't we? So I want quite bright, just kind of blobs, if that makes sense. So I'm going to stick with my brush because we've used it so far. I want I want big, bright, bold. You know what I'm looking for, don't you? Lovely sunburst lemon. Or sunburst yellow. Can't remember the correct name. It's not on my desk. How rude. Probably lives on my desk, that one. Ow, my finger. Can't get in my drawer. Oops, it's not in my drawer either. Mustn't have my eyeballs. Mustn't be looking properly. Nope, we'll just use lemon. That'll be okay. So I'm going to have a little bit of lemon and Alzarian crimson. Yeah. I just want to do a blob. Yep, a few little patches. You can tell, thinking again, fingers going. Yeah, I'm just going to do nothing too much. Ooh, that's a big bit. Let's get that one's got the big hole. Keep meaning to put, you know, with your brusher when you pierce them with your pin, if they get a big hole like this one where it just seems to just run out of it, best thing you can do is clean this up as best you can. Don't use water, so just keep wiping it, and then put either a clear sticker over the top and re-pierce it, or just put a bit of tape over it and then re-pierce it again, and all you're doing is making that hole a little bit smaller, and it'll stop running out like it just has. That's more like it. Yeah, I'm going to leave that like that. Looks like spider's webs. There we go. Thinking about it. Right. I think that's dry. We're going to pop this on here. Yeah. Just like that, I think. So it just needs a bit of sorting. So I don't want to use black because my black now is going to be my flower on that top layer. So I'm going to go back to, can I find my toffee? Grey. No, I'm going to go to grey because we've already used grey once before. So I'm going to go back to my grey. If I'd have introduced toffee, I know it's very similar to gamboge, but it's introduced in another colour. And I've already just introduced another two, haven't I? Oh, can you hear the cat outside? Don't know what it is whenever it sees the light on in here. It's not my cat. We haven't got a cat anymore. Just sits there mowing. And mowing and mowing and mowing. It's like, nope, not coming in. There we go. But it does it at the front door as well. I should be pleased it's doing it at my door tonight. Because it means it won't be mowing at the front door. There we go. I'll take them off there. My desk a bit of a spritz because it's got everything on it again. Right, so you can see now, can't you? Check this out. And then where's my little sunshine set? I think that's going to be a bit too much. I'm going to use the stitches though. And put that to one side again. Did that before, didn't I? And then ended up pulling it back out because I wanted to use it. And then I am going to use my black for this. We're going to have a bit of faux stitching. I know what we didn't do on our lovely background. We didn't put any charcoal pencil on there. I was going to. We never did. I'm just popping this around the edge. Just like that. Whoops. Teach me, serve me right for not looking where I'm stamping. Though to be fair, that's more like my type of sewing. I never go in a straight line. Little lady on the other hand, she's very good at doing straight lines. Corners not so much, but straight lines, she's a dab hand at them. Right, I'm going to put that back over there for now. Yeah, and on this one, I'm just going to ink up. I've got my code behind this one. I could have gone and found my code stamp, but we've already used this bit, haven't we? So I'm just going to grab my little bit of code from there, just like that. Not worrying about this being upside down, back to front or anything. Should have really taken it off the block and then I wouldn't have got bits everywhere, but that's okay. Journals are never about being perfect, are they? About having fun. I'm going to put that over one anyway, aren't I? So let's choose a nice one out of the two. Oh no, if I do it like that, there we go. Right, so that's going to go on there, like so. I need another piece of scrap card. And then we're going to get our flower stamped. So, oops a daisy, let's put you back in properly. Oh, thanks Maxine. You have a lovely evening. Oops. Pop it on there. I'm just going to ink this one up. And then we're just going to stamp him on here. Whichever way, I'm going to end up wasting card, aren't I? So let's pop him just like that. There we go. Ooh. My finger decided to crack on me then. And again. It's not only my thumb, it's my little finger tonight. And there's one colour this is going to be. Oh no, maybe two. Should we do it pink or blue? If we do it blue, we're pulling it from the background, aren't we? There we go, right. Whoops. Throwing that at me now. So if I hold this over here, if we do, I should have done his stalk a bit bendy. I'm going to do it blue. Yeah, so can you see? We're just going to pull it from the back because it's sat on top of this lovely pink. So yeah, we're going to do it blue. A lovely turquoise. Oops. If we end up with a bit too much on our desk, we might even add a bit of the background detail on there as well. No, it couldn't see my paintbrush. I could see my paintbrush, just not the one I wanted. Again, we're just going to start layering our colour up. You start pale and then add to. Just like that. I was joking at weekend that when people are quiet it's because they're either painting or they're cutting out. It's true, isn't it? That one went a little bit dark. There we go. Right, now we can start going in. I'll get my words back out in a minute. A little bit darker. A little bit darker brusher this time. So I'm just going to start picking this up. And I said it before, this is what I love about brushing because it is just so forgiving. Oops, apart from when you put 10 tons of water with it. Okay. keep adding and dragging. And if you get it too dark, you just go and get some more water and pull it out. And if you don't get it dark enough, you just go and pick up a bit more brushing. Really is that simple. Right, I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to add any textures to it. I thought I was going to, but I'm not. Because actually I love how simple it is. There we go. Right, just need a little bit of green. So I should have a bit of lime green. I know I've just added yet another colour to it. I'm going to grab me a leaf green. I thought I was going to use lime, I'm not. I'm going to use leaf. Teeny tiny bit of water. Start picking that green up. There we go. So simple. There we go. Ooh! I shot green brush all over it. Oops. Whoops the daisy. I didn't mean to. I think now we've got all our little components done, haven't we? Just need to go back and just tidy up the bits I'm not quite happy with. So if you watched on Monday, I was yabbering on about when we cut out things. Go for your smallest pieces first. Yep, so you've always got a nice big area to hold on to. So your fiddly areas, when you've got the most amount of card, cut them out first. Go around my leaf. It is shouting out he wants some white pen action, so I'll do that in a second. Ooh, I'm making a very big border of this. Didn't mean it to quite be so big. There we go. It's more like it. I've curved it this time. There we go. Sorry, it's gonna bug me. There we go. Right, looks better now, doesn't it? You can see that massive border I'd left on one side. And then I'm just going to go around edge. Dunk, 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 dunk. I know, sound effects again. Forgot how thin these stalks were on these guys. The other one's just the same. Round again. Nearly there. There we go. Right. So let's finish these bits off as we go. I'm going to grab my white pen. White pen. There it is. Make sure it's working on my finger. And we're just going to add just a little bit down that side. And do the same up here. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. I'm not going to do any more on that. Don't think I need my white pen again. I do want my charcoal pencil though. So let's bring this back in. We've done our little flower. We've got our two little, if I do it a bit like that, that's going to go on top. Yeah? Let's see where we're going now. All I want to do is, these are looking a bit better with a teeny tiny bit of charcoal underneath them, or just an ordinary pencil. If you don't know whether you want a charcoal pencil, just use an ordinary softish HB pencil, and it just adds that little bit of shading to them. And I'm whipping round them, aren't I? I went really northern then, didn't I? Aren't I? That was a really bad northern accent as well. There we go. Just make sure if you are going to add a little bit of shading, try and always make sure you add it to the same side, even when you're turning the page round. Because otherwise, if you add them all over, it looks a bit weird. Is the only word to describe it. There we go. Put that back in there. I'm sorry, but these are driving me crackers. I'm not going to do all of them, just a few little bits and bobs. I'm half toying with a bit of glossy accents as well, but I haven't got enough to do all the areas I want. Well, no, definitely don't have enough to do everywhere I want, but probably got a little bit. Yeah, so I could add a little bit of glossy accents, or if I knew where my clear embossing powder was, we could add a bit of clear to that. However, oh, there's my big one. It's staring straight at me. Rude. Look, it's right there. In my defence, it was to the side of me, not in front of me, whereas that little one was right in front of me. Come on. I'm not going to do the whole things because I'd probably use up nearly a whole tub, wouldn't I? But if I just add, you know where we went over it with a bit darker before? Oh. Come on, stop getting stuck. Just add a little bit. That top corner. There we go. Well, doesn't that make a difference? There you go. Oh, that looks like it's had a bit of an accident. There you go. Yeah, it just gives it that little sheen. It'll look a lot better once it's dried. There we go. Right. So I didn't have to use lots and lots of glossy accents, did I? I'm going to turn that round. I'm going to grab our little bits and bobs that we have made and created. I'm going to plonk this down once because I put glossy accents on there. So that's going to go there, that's going to go there. I haven't got a clue where my glue or anything is. It's going to come down in this bottom corner so you can still see some of that lovely background. And then that is just going to sit over the top I might even put a little bit of twine or something around that. But there you go. That's pretty cool, doesn't it? So we created that lovely background using our washi tapes and Brusho. We stamped some Brusho, we've done some texture stamps, did some more texture stamps, we coloured them in with Brusho as well. We've had a Brusho night tonight actually, haven't we? I didn't mean to, but we've had to do it with a Brusho night. Then I've used some scraps of card just to create these two little panels, and I think that pop of pink behind it just brings our little flower that we've done the same as the background. Yeah, do like that one. So there you go. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Mum. I'm really chuffed with that. So I nearly pressed the wrong button then. You were going to be transported back to December and advent calendars. There you go. So yeah, that's it from me tonight. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I had loads of fun, and I'm definitely using that background with the washi tapes again, because I think just a little patch on your card and then a sentiment, I think it'll look really effective. So yeah, I've had loads of fun. Thank you for joining me for that. We'll be back on Monday with more Monthly Make Fun at 7 o'clock, so I hope you can join me then. Have a lovely rest of your week. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.